Hey everyone, Roman from DS Creative Studio. This week, we're going to mess around with the Revopoint Miraco 3D scanner and get to know this machine a little bit better with the help of this toy Mustang. Like most new things, there was a lot more to 3D scanning than I had originally thought. So after we scan this car, we're going to validate the scan by designing and 3D printing something that fits around the car precisely. See, I picked up this scanner last month with the intention that it would someday help me in fabricating parts to restore our 65 Mustang, and I may have a spending problem when it comes to new tools. Anyway, aside from the bust that the Miraco comes with, I hadn't had too many chances to learn how to use it. The scan of the bust turned out amazing, and this is without any calibration or even reading the manual. Straight out the box, just hitting play and trying to scan. So props to Revopoint for making something that was so easy to use, or so I thought. Introducing Ruby. And this is the toy version of the car. This toy represents the main challenges of using this and many other consumer-grade 3D scanners. First off, it's shiny, and there's chrome and transparent plastic, but also the whole thing is a highly reflective surface. Second, it's dark. This scanner in particular has a hard time telling a black object from a shadow or a hollow space. Third, it's small and has tiny details. This scanner has an advertised effective scan area of 10 millimeters cubed, which is less than half an inch, to 4 meters cubed, and that's like 13 feet, with accuracy up to 0.05 millimeters. I thought the tiny details on this toy might really help push its limits, and I think we did. To prepare this shiny dark object for scanning, I used Revopoint's own 3D scanning spray. This is the AB6, which should sort of disappear itself from surfaces after 2 to 6 hours. Let's just say the chemistry that goes into this spray takes a minute to get used to. At first, it might just look like you've sprayed too lightly, so then you spray a little more. And then maybe it'll look like you didn't spray at all. So then you give it another pass for good measure, and by then it's too late and you've put an insanely thick layer of stuff onto your object. It wipes off, no problem, but not all of it evaporated for me, even after 12 hours. So, anyways, I used a motorized turntable, scanning spray, and 3D marker towers. These were really cool, and I'll link to where I found these in the description. While I was able to view most of the car in one scan, the rotating made it hard to maintain a good focal distance, and the towers, which scanned just fine, cast shadows onto the car that kind of confused the scanner. After processing, I still had an incomplete model. To validate the effectiveness and accuracy of the scanner, I'm going to design and print a fun display piece that will fit this toy car, inspired by something I saw from the rocket scientist on Cults 3D, who I will link to in the description. So let's jump into Blender. Now, first let's import our 3D scanned model, and yeah, it's still pretty ugly and incomplete. But what we can do is just put some cylinders under here and manually finish this thing. I'll first get a surface going here and then start filling in with spheres. These are going to overlap and at different sizes to create our tire smoke effect. We just copy, resize, relocate until we have the shape we need. All right, so the idea is to model a cartoony sort of smoke cloud that is engulfing the back half of the car. and then we will subtract the car shape from it, then print that, and the real die-cast model should fit into that space like it was made to go together. As I did this, I knew that scan was garbage. I needed to learn how to use this tool better. I know it's capable of more, so I had to redo it. I spent a bit of time on YouTube. Shout out Artisans of Vol for making me realize the power of the merge feature in RevoScan 5, and I will link to that video as well. It really helped me understand the scanner and the software better. Anyway, I redid everything without even using the marker towers this time, and I updated the settings to favor dark objects. Then I scanned slowly, one side at a time. I broke it down to one side per scan. Once all of the angles had been captured, I was able to refine each scan in software by cutting off any excess or areas where the scanner had a hard time reaching, and manually setting a high resolution. Once merged, these separate scans formed like Voltron to give me the high definition scan that I was looking for. Now the seams around the doors, the handles, the front grille, all captured. There are a few ugly spots still. Perhaps I need better lighting or something. I definitely could have spent more time cleaning up the individual scans as well, but I really just needed the back half, and compared to the first scan, just wow. All right, back in Blender, we can import our new scan and confirm that it's much better than the last one. Wow. Now just increase this in size to create a bit of tolerance using Solidify modifier. Okay, now we can cut into the spheres by removing anything below the floor and then anything that intersects with the car. And I'm going to do that with booleans. Now it's time to print. Before we try to fit these together, let's just take a look at the print and the actual car. That looks pretty good. Oh, so there's some sagging here on the side trying to fit around the tire. It needs a little finesse. Like that. Wow, that's crazy. Look at how perfect that is. It fits right over the bumper and wraps around. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Now, I know this was a silly experiment, but it really helped me to learn a ton about using this machine, and I am so stoked for the potential this tool has for future projects. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every view, so if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and maybe even the notification icon. That lets YouTube know to show other people, and it makes sure you won't miss a thing. I'll be back next week. Until then.